Hello, welcome back to another video. I am live with obviously my lovely Plodalong peoples. We've got Charlie and Alice, my co-hosts, and today we are joined with a very special guest, the lovely Heather from Reading with a Vengeance. So please give lots of love to our lovely Heather. Where's my little doobrey lick? Welcome to Heather. Star of the show. Oh dear. So I'm sure that most of you have been here before, but if you haven't, we are going to be talking about the Women's Prize, the long list, the short list, the rubbish books pod, the good books. This is going to be an interesting conversation just from that comment. And of course, we will try and slot in some reading as well if we can. So, yes, let us know in the comments if you are here. We have Elizabeth. Hello. And yeah, we shall just have a little chit chat about what we have read so far. So I think probably everyone's pretty sick of hearing me, Alice, and Charlie talk about this. So Heather, what have you read so far from the long list?
From the long list, it'll actually be easier to tell you what I haven't read yet. I DNF'd Glory and Cursed Bread.
Me too. Good choices.
That I have not gotten to. I'm still waiting to get Black Butterflies in the mail. That should be coming any time now. I'm a fan. And one more. I know there's one more. And I should have my little list handy. That was a good guess. Oh, gosh.
Homesick?
Children of Paradise.
Children of Paradise.
Yeah.
Nice. So you're doing pretty well. You're doing pretty well.
I did. I was lucky because the first segment of the BookTube prize, I was assigned Memphis and Demon Copperhead. So those were read before the long list even came out. So I had a little head start.
That is pretty lucky.
Yes.
Nothing from my group was long listed for the Women's Prize. In fact, nothing from my group deserved to be nominated for any prize. Not that I'm at all bitter.
No, I can't hear it in your tone at all.
Just still a tiny bit salty.
So are there any from those that you've got left that you're still planning to read, Heather?
Just Black Butterflies.
Yeah. I actually started that today.
Ooh, exciting.
Yes. So we shall see. Too early, I think, to make a judgment on it.
Yeah.
Too early to make a judgment, but it has potential, I would say. So we have Kate with us. Hi, Kate.
Hi, Kate.
Oh, and Sarah is here. What a treat that this just popped up on my phone. Bit of a hard day with poorly people. So yay for seeing you all. Oh, that sucks.
Get well soon.
Channel.
Well, she might be talking about patience.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We still hope they get well soon.
Well, true.
I think the kids were ill at the weekend though, weren't they? Because little guy was ill at the weekend, wasn't he?
Oh, that's true. That is true.
I hope that they're okay.
Yes. Oh, we have Anne, and we have Paris, Texas, and we have Ariane. So lovely to have you all here. I don't think, well, Charlie finished about 4 years ago, but Alice, I don't think you've read any more from the long list, have you, since Sunday?
No, I was meant to go and collect back Black Butterflies today, but instead I read the entirety of Jude the Obscure, so that didn't happen.
Yeah, that was a mammoth effort. Alice messaged a few of us this morning and said, "Oh, I'm behind on Jude. I only read one chapter yesterday." And then by the time I finished work, she said, "I've finished Jude and I'm destroyed." And I was like, "What? How has this happened?"
Yeah, so if I'm looking a bit depressed over here tonight, it's because Misery May is working.
Excellent. That's what we like to hear. Oh, it is household illnesses. Ah, that sucks, Sarah.
No.
Oh no.
Lots of Calpol. Drug them up. That's my professional advice. And Ariane said, "Go, Alice." I know, right? That is impressive work. Impressive work. So let's see what everybody is reading at the moment. So Alice, you finished Jude. What is next?
Well, I can't go and get Black Butterflies tomorrow because the library's shut, so that's on hold for a bit. I do have plenty of things on the go still. It's all the same things I had on the go at the weekend, though, except for I have started this to counteract Misery, which is 3 Men in a Boat with a very cool cover. Which is making me laugh, which is going to be much needed tonight.
Charlie, what are you reading?
I haven't really read much more of this since the weekend. I'm bad. But it's because I've been listening to Isabel Allende book, you know. Yeah, so yeah, that's why I've been distracted, so I haven't got to this. But yeah, it's good.
Fair days. Heather, are you reading anything good?
I just started listening to Remarkably Bright Creatures.
Oh, I've heard good things about that.
Yes, and then I am reading an arc of S.A. Cosby's new one, All the Sinners Bleed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and so far so good. I love his stuff. I mean, Razorblade Tears was in my top 3 last year, I think.
That's the one I want to get to. I've got that that was on quite a few people's favourites, wasn't it, last year? So I'm like, that's like earmarked for me to try and get to.
It did get a lot of love.
Jem, does this mean you've finished Memphis?
No.
You've just started Black Butterflies as well, of course.
No. I think I've read. Wait, let me tell you. I can tell you exactly. Since last time, I've read 2 pages. So yeah, no. That's not
I hadn't even read that this morning. I literally just read a couple of chapters more today of this. Otherwise, I felt like I was like, I'm going to be on here being like, yeah, I haven't really read them.
Yeah. What, like me, you mean?
I don't care.
It's fine. So, Heather, we have a few questions that we ask all of our guests. The first question you are obviously prepared for, and that is, what was your last 5-star book by a woman?
So my last 4 5-star books were by women, and they were on the Women's Prize. And so they are, well, I'll tell you the last one.
You can tell
the last one was, I want to say Wandering Souls, but let me just double check that, because when I looked that up yesterday, when you asked me to do that, I was really curious. And as I'm going through, I'm like, oh, that's a Women's Prize. Well, let me see if I can find one that isn't on the Women's Prize. And I kept going back at my last 4 or 5. As a matter of fact, 4 of the 5-star books, or 4 out of the 5 books that I've given 5 stars so far this year were Women's Prize books.
Wow.
Tell us all of it. Tell us. We want to hear everything.
I shall. There we go. Okay.
Because I'm nosy.
Absolutely. By woman. Here we go. Yep, the last one, the most recent one was Wandering Souls, in which I was gutted that it did not make the short list.
Agree.
But Pod made up for it. Meh. The one before that was The Bandit Queens.
Yes.
Funnily enough, as much as I love Pod, it didn't get a 5-star for me. So, but not for the reasons that a lot of people disliked it. And then the one before that was Demon Copperhead. And then Memphis got 5 stars for me as well.
Oh.
And then the last 5-star by a woman that wasn't on the Women's Prize for Fiction was A Prayer for the Crown Shy by Becky Chambers, which was the
that's a good book. See, I agree. How is it possible that I can completely agree with you on all of that, and yet you liked Pod?
Yeah, I don't know. Although, I mean, well, yeah, I don't know.
Tell us about what you like about Pod. We want to know about that as well. Tell us.
What I liked about Pod, I mean, I am a real big proponent about getting the word out and the, about climate change and how important it is to address it, what we're doing to our oceans, what it's doing to all the sea life, and how it's all connected. I liked that part about it. I liked how she addressed it. I also just liked the message of being able to coexist. And when people have that conversation and you're using people as your story, people tend to get a little defensive about it, as far as people of different races, people of different religion or whatever, and why can't we get along and all that. It's hard to have that conversation sometimes because people get defensive. Whereas you put animals in that story and try to tell the same story and address the same themes of coexisting together, it makes more sense and people are a little bit more receptive to it. So I like that part of the story. The part I think that I hear a lot that really that people didn't like about Pod that I didn't have a problem with was the rape. And because I don't think rape exists in the animal world. I think it's sexual politics. I don't think it has to do with violence in the same way that rape happens with humans. I just think she used that word to make it relatable to the reader. So I wasn't as disturbed by the sexual politics of the book.
So, but in some ways I agree with that. I think you're right. I think it does, in the animal kingdom, it is different. It's not rape in the same way that we would see rape, but I think she presented it in a way that made it look the same. She gave ear feelings that made us feel that way about it. And that's the bit that I didn't like.
Right.
So,
that's fair enough.
Yeah, but I think you're right on your points. I just, just no.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting because we've had quite a few people in the comments who have enjoyed it, and obviously me, Alice, and Charlie didn't. So it's quite nice to have someone to give us a balanced argument to the book instead of us just slagging off all the time.
And very sensible arguments as well, I would say.
I would agree.
I have my moments.
We've got a few more comments. We've got Ruthie saying only read 2, The Bandit Queens and The Marriage Portrait. Like The Bandit Queen's the best. They're probably 2 solid ones to pick up, to be fair. Another S.A. Cosby fan. When is the new one being released?
That is coming in June.
June, not long to wait then.
Yeah.
We have the lovely Sarah from Freshly Read Books. Hello. Paris, Texas started The Bandit Queens. I had to, otherwise I did not dare show up here again. Not having read any of the books. Oh dear. You picked a good one. Are you enjoying it? Kieran has
Hi, Kieran.
joined. And Anne saying, go Heather. Probably around the pod support. Kieran is asking, but does Heather think pod could be YA?
Oh, I think the themes are too dark for that, I think. Especially that violence at the end. The penultimate chapter.
Agree.
I don't. I mean, I don't think it's unreadable for YA, but I don't think it should be marketed as a YA. I don't know if
Fair enough.
That's any question.
I find it really difficult to think about YA. I think because I'm just so old now. I can't remember what I thought was acceptable. And what age range is YA anyway? Is it like 15 to 19 or?
I get confused about that too. Because when I think of YA, I think of like middle school and high school, but that's not the A in YA is adult. So then you think about
It
in
says
the early 20s. I don't know.
It says 12 to 18 on my Google search.
Yeah, I always think
That's
teens, basically.
Very different, isn't it? Like a 12-year-old and an
A big
18-year-old.
guy.
How can you even
Yeah.
classify them in the same group?
Because 15 to I would say like 15 to 18 is more of an appropriate age range
Yes,
than
sorry.
12 to 12 to 18.
I would hate to think of a 13-year-old trying to read Pod, but like an 18-year-old reading Pod, probably fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it depends on each child anyway.
15-year-olds could read Pod. I mean,
Yeah. Interesting debate. Chris is saying, still making my way through the long list, but Pod is still my favourite of the books. Emotionally devastated by it. Well, you have a fan in Heather. You have an ally today, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
One day only.
no.
Sarah saying, I finished Black Butterflies last night and that one destroyed me. So incredible.
Ooh, that's great to hear.
I love
that
books that
book.
destroy me, so that bodes well. So, Imogen, really agree with your opinions on Pod. I enjoyed it for a lot of the same reasons, but it's hard to put into words. See, all the Pod fans have come out tonight.
It's their moment. It's their moment to shine.
And another one. Shannon, agree with the love for Pod.
I mean, we changed it to the Plodalong for a day. So
we did change it to the Plodalong for a day. I think some people not on this stream went into the book determined to dislike the book. I think you're right. I do think you're right. I actually really wanted to like it. I really like.
You were so excited for it.
I was super excited. Probably the most excited out of all of us.
yeah, you were.
But
that's a bummer. That's a bummer when that happens.
Yeah, I think sometimes when you've got a high expectation going in, that's almost worse than having a low expectation going in. So, Zach saying, what about the ending of Pod? Do you think Google should have been made a warrior king? And do you think the RAS was going to become some kind of mobile clam nursery? Yeah, I definitely think the RAS was going to be a mobile clam nursery.
I don't want to think about the RAS ever again. But Google, justice for Google.
That broke my heart.
I do agree with Alice. I think if the whole book had been centered around Google, I think I probably could have got more on board.
I would have happily read a whole book about Google.
Oh, Kira, no. No.
I think he's manifesting. I think that's what he's doing.
It could be a dark horse. You never know.
I think it could win. It could win. And then we're going to cry.
Honest, I never like the winners, so I think it is actually quite likely.
This is what we all worry about.
I think we said that from the go, actually. As soon as you started hating it, Jem, I think that's when we knew it was going to be the winner.
That's so funny.
I think it is a risk.
Not me.
Imogen, the age bracket of YA seems to have aged up with its readers in recent years. Yeah. I don't know whether it's just that more people in their early 20s are reading YA, so it's sort of almost shifted the marketing of it to account for that, because there is there like new adult as well as like a thing?
I don't know.
Which basically I think is just book.
When I was young, we called it teen.
Teen.
Yeah.
That's not cool anymore, Alice.
I know. That is what they called it.
Now there's a thing called, is it? Hello, I'm back.
Oh, she's back. She's back.
It's my internet. Excuse me if my internet goes.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alice?
We were all reading point horror and lovely classics like that when we were teenagers. Well, Christopher Pike.
No word of a lie. I was reading like the Redwall books when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Like cute little animals that went to war.
I don't think I did read those, but they were classics.
They were. So, Belle saying, I've only read Cursed Bread and I'm a fan, but love them both, especially Cursed Bread.
Interesting.
Jennifer from Jennifer Loves Books will be delighted. I DNF'd Cursed Bread.
I thought Cursed Bread was quite good.
Yeah, you quite liked it, didn't you?
Mm.
It wasn't for me. I love that Pod has been the dominating force. It really has, and it absolutely upsets me. Can we not talk about Demon Copperhead, man? Paris, Texas. Yes, liking it so far. This is about Bandit Queens. Though I also dread continuing sometimes because I feel things will go horribly wrong. I also want to know what happens. Yeah, it's quite tense, isn't it, Bandit Queens, all the way through. It's
It was.
I thought it was quite a page turner. I know some people have said it took them a while to get into it, but I was super invested in Geeta's story.
I was too.
I thought it was
I feel like if I
suspenseful in
reread
quite
it,
a
obviously,
different way.
yeah.
Sarah was also super excited for Pod. I'm guessing as that was in the past tense that that she had a similar experience to me. Google transcended to become Emma Wiggle. I don't know who Emma Wiggle
This
is.
did not happen, Kieran.
Who is Emma Wiggle?
Is she part of the Wiggles? I don't know.
What is a wiggle?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Someone help
Aren't
me.
they like
It sounds like
people
a
who sing kids' songs? Are they not like people who sing kids' songs on YouTube?
I don't know. I feel like I've lost like a part of British culture or something because I don't know what.
I think they're Australian.
It says she's an Australian singer. That's what it says.
Oh, well, I'll have to Google that properly later.
And she's wearing yellow in the
Google
picture.
fruit salad song because that is a bit of a classic that we did at school. not when I was at school, when I was teaching.
Sarah said, I mostly hated it, but I thought the ending was good. I do think the ending was probably the strongest part of the book.
You didn't like it, though.
I didn't like any of it. But if I were to pick one chapter, it would be that penultimate chapter where the stuff happens.
Yeah.
Quite gripping.
Yeah. Oh, we've got oh hey Sarah, oh hey Kieran. If you haven't watched Sarah and Kieran, that's like their little BFF tweeting. So Chris saying, I'm still grieving the loss of my cat, so I think Pod hit me differently than it would have otherwise. Yeah, I can imagine that would.
Oh, sending you love.
Sorry to hear about your cat.
So is we're like hello in Welsh? Does anyone know? I feel like this is a Welsh word.
I'm gonna Google again.
Google.
I'll just spend the whole time Googling.
Google was all about the bass. All about the bass. I think Trespassers will win. Oh, interesting. I think that's another one that's divided people. Not quite as much as Pod, but there are a lot of big fans for Trespassers.
Trespassers was one that I was really looking forward to when it was getting buzz for the BookTube prize, and I was really hoping that I was going to get that in my first batch, and I didn't. But of course, I ended up reading it for the women's prize, and I liked it, but I just didn't love it as much as I thought I would. I felt it was a little slow.
It was real slow.
So,
yeah.
I don't know. And I thought it was going to be more about the troubles and less about the relationship.
Same.
I loved it. And I will say it every week.
I'll be so surprised if Trespassers wins.
No, it won't win, I don't think. Weir means true.
True in Welsh. Excellent. Because I picked up Trespassers when it first got released because it was nominated for the Waterstones Debut Author Award last summer. So I picked it up then, and I have had it on my shelf for 6 months. Always surprised. So I was really anticipating it, but never mind. You can't win them all, can you? Can our hosts remember the Welsh word for dolphin? Charlie, Google.
I feel like it was something like dolphin.
You think it's what?
I think it was something like dolphin.
Oh, it might have been.
It sounded similar, didn't it?
It might have been. I remember that pine cones, the literal translation of pine cones is like tree pigs.
Yeah, tree pig.
Alice is right.
Dolphin.
Wow. Alice is a secret Welsh speaker.
Alice.
Next video,
Well
100% in Welsh. Shannon said, I read Jackie Collins novels as a teen, so not sure on the best to judge appropriate YA
Same,
material.
Shannon. Same. Jackie Collins and the Flowers in the Attic series.
No.
Got dark. I read that like when I was 11.
11?
Explains a lot.
That's so bad.
It really was. But I was like, wow, this is what reading is all about. I am in.
Oh dear. That fills me with like fear and dread. If I could have picked up Flowers in the Attic.
Mom. She never had a chance.
See, I said to you last year, didn't I, that if we'd have read this when we were a teenager, this probably would have been like, oh, so scandalous.
I would have annihilated it as a teenager.
Yeah.
As an adult, not so much.
No.
Oh, we've got the lovely Sam Reeds here. Hello. Oh yeah, Paris, Texas. We read Virginia Andrews got scarred for life. True.
But in the best way, right?
Oh, we've got another one. What is this one? Smitty.
He's saying hello to Smitty from Sam Reeds.
Okay. All right, thanks. You don't know the Wiggles with their hit song "Do the Propeller"? No, but I do feel like we now need a Kieran short of what the propeller is. So if you could arrange that, that'd be great.
Yeah, we put a request in now.
Official request. The one book I just liked the most was Children of Paradise because it was infuriating that it ended up just being about bodily fluids and bizarre physical encounters. It was a weird book. It was weird.
A cinema full of bodily fluids.
Yeah, and like the ending was really quite dramatic given the rest of the book. I thought I just sort of like went, whoa, but not in a good way, I would say. I referenced this in our chat and you all nodded. Yeah, the trouble is, Kieran, in your chat, there were very little like air brakes. So it was, yeah.
Is that the Wiggles that were mentioned? And we all
yeah.
know.
I think it's because we knew it as a children's entertainer, didn't we? We just didn't know exactly what it was.
Well, I thought you two might know what it was, so I was just like, okay.
I knew the Wiggles. I know the fruit salad song.
I just thought it was a children's thing. It's he's a that's it. Yeah.
We can have a rendition of Yummy Yummy Fruit Salad if you like.
Yeah, go.
No. I do not need that. I sound like a foghorn.
Oh dear. Sarah saying, "Oh, sorry to hear about your cat." Yeah, we're not far from that here either. Oh, it's horrible.
Sorry to hear that.
What? I don't know why I said it with a weird accent, like where. It's like really. I'm really bad at languages, so I'm not the best person to be like translating the Welsh out of the comments. The Wiggles are the worst. I have that stupid mashed potato song in my head now. Why don't I know about this?
I don't know that one.
I feel like maybe my kids have been like neglected because I don't know what a wiggle is. Okay, Trespassers has been a huge hit here where I live in the US. There is a 7-month waiting list for the physical copy.
It's a long waiting list.
Mad. It's not worth the wait, mate. That's exactly how I felt about Trespassers. Heather, yes. Agreement from Sarah. There are Wiggles. I don't know why we're on the subject of Wiggles in quite as much detail. Listen to their cover of Tame Impala's Elephant. Okay, I'll add it to my mental to-do list. Hoedmoch is the tree pigs pine cones. I feel like I definitely pronounced that wrong. REYA, we had the Trailblazer Judy Blume. I'm in my 40s. I've never read any Judy Blume.
I haven't, but I feel like I've missed
A
out.
long time with Judy Blume as well.
Yeah,
I'm
Jack
in my 40s, but I haven't read any.
Yeah, Jack will be like pretty pissed with that, Charlie, to be fair.
Yeah, I'm bad. I used
Yeah.
to like the Point Crime books, you know, like Point Horror and Point Crime. I read those when I was younger. Those are the ones I read.
Like Point Horror.
I don't think I read
But
those.
it was the Point Crime I liked, not the Point Horror. But
Yeah.
I did read Lord of the Rings. That took me about 3 years of my adolescence.
Goodness.
Gemma, whir. I feel I should be banned from hosting. Not
in school.
What like
school did you go to?
but does Ariane mean like they read it like in the playground in school, or like the teacher read it out loud? Because can you imagine?
Or was it assigned to you in school?
I heard
That would be horrific.
I feel like it was the sort of book maybe passed around the playground, passed from person to person. Like Jilly Coopers, I think, were a thing that was passed around when people were teenagers as well, but not me.
Yeah, not me either.
No.
Paris, Texas, saying hello to Heather. I read Cujo when I was 7. Holy moly! And It when I was 11.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Were you traumatized, Zach? I read it when I was 30 and I was traumatized in a good way, but it was scary, very scary.
Also, It is like massive. It's like 900 pages. That's impressive for an 11-year-old.
Yeah.
So we are going to move on to a very important question, Heather. This has been the most contentious question of the whole Plodalong season. There are wrong answers.
Okay.
Are you excited? What is your favorite pizza topping?
Mushrooms.
That's a good answer. That is a good answer. At last, we have someone who eats normal food.
What has been the most bizarre answer?
Figs.
Oh, I know that's subjective, but
Figs is probably the weirdest one.
And artichokes. We say about that quite a bit.
Artichokes. Yeah, and then people who like pineapple just get like kicked off the live show. So yeah. There was one who didn't like pizza. Was it Charlie? Who just didn't like pizza?
That's so bizarre to me.
Not me, Charlie.
Melted cheese.
But we love Charlie.
And we've had 2 vegans that obviously don't even eat proper cheese. Sarah in the comments is one of them. So fake cheese, not really a real pizza.
I think Scott's hummus pizza was pretty weird, to be honest.
Oh, actually, that is pretty weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That was weird.
We weren't even sure that was actually a pizza, to be honest, were we?
No.
It didn't count.
It
didn't count. That's why it's gone off our brains.
Oh dear. So we've just got a couple more comments, and then we're going to go to the Plodalong challenge part of the live stream. Ariane saying, no, our high school English teacher had us read it. Catholic school.
They really did not read Flowers in the Attic before they had
She wasn't there the next year.
I'm not surprised.
That's madness.
Wow.
But when all the kids went home and went, hey, I read a book today about people in an attic doing stuff.
Yeah. That's... So to be fair, I think I would have preferred it over Taming of the Shrew. So
fair. It's a fair point.
Fair.
I mean, if you really want to get kids to read, Shakespeare's not the way to go.
It's not, and especially Taming of the Shrew. At least give us a good one. Like Romeo and Juliet or Macbeth, where there's some death and destruction.
Right.
Taming of the
I quite enjoyed doing Macbeth. Macbeth's quite cool.
I liked Macbeth. Yeah, but Taming of the Shrew is really dull. We went to Judy Bloom's bookstore.
Nice.
Exciting.
No, there was a Judy Bloom bookstore, and I don't know where Key West is either.
Key West is in Florida. It is in the very southern tip of Florida, I believe, on the Gulf Coast. There's the Atlantic Ocean coast on the east part, and on the west part of Florida is the Gulf of Mexico. And Key West is a very popular, very tropical, popular tourist destination. Beautiful down there. I'm not sure. I only just recently heard about Judy Bloom's bookstore. I don't know if it's been around for a while and I just heard about it, or if it's new. Yeah. And then Ann Patchett has a bookstore also, I believe, in Tennessee.
Oh, really?
When I found that out, I thought that was really cool. She's got I follow her on Instagram, and she like does real quick introductions of new releases and stuff, little videos. She talks about them. She's got a little dog with her. It's super cute.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's cute.
I love
Louise
Dutch
Erdrich
sounds.
has a bookstore as well, doesn't she?
Yes, that's right.
That was the best thing in the sentence.
Yes.
A bookshop.
It's in Minnesota, isn't it? It's in Minnesota. Is it Minnesota? Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
More in that area, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Another one I thought I was going to like more than I did. But anyway.
Yeah.
Same. But that was last year's drama.
In the past. Water under the bridge.
So, Heather, there is a challenge that we ask all of our guests to participate in. And that is to name as many Women's Prize nominated books as you can in 30 seconds. So from any year, long-listed, shortlisted, winners, as many as you can reel off in 30 seconds.
Okay.
You don't have to name the authors. You don't have to name the authors. We will reiterate this. You don't have to name the authors.
Okay.
Okay. And Alice is going to be on. Alice, she's down there, is going to be scribing. She's going to be adjudicating. And then Charlie has the 30-second timer.
Okay. Is this other than this year?
This year
You
counts.
can use this year if you want. This year, last year, any year you like.
Okay.
And Kieran is still in the lead with 30.
Oh my. Okay.
But he did revise.
Okay.
And then we've got Fraser at the bottom with 5.
Okay.
So you've got quite a range. Are you ready to?
I think so.
Okay, well, I'll count you down then from 5 and we'll see where you rank on the leaderboard.
Okay.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Children of Paradise, Pod, Demon Copperhead, Trespasses, I'm a Fan, Hamnet, A Perfect Marriage, oh my goodness, drawing a blank. Memphis. Oh my goodness. This is hard. Wow, that was fast.
That was fast, right?
Good.
You did really well, though. Well done.
You did very well. Very well. And I think you meant an American marriage when you said.
What did I say?
A perfect marriage.
Oh, did I? Oh my gosh, that's so.
We'll count it. You can still have it.
Excellent.
Because I knew what you meant, and that was a really good book.
It was. I really loved it.
So, Alice, what's the scores on the doors?
I think it was 8.
I also think
get 8. Yeah.
So that makes you equal with Eric Carl Anderson.
Nice.
Not bad. Not bad. So I'm going to add you to the debrief. Lovely.
Wow, that was harder than I thought it would be.
Yeah. I've heard that. We haven't done it because we just host.
I'm a bit worried people are going to insist we do this.
Oh dear. So, ladies, I don't know how you're feeling, but maybe we go to a 20-minute reading plot.
Sounds good.
I've got to share my screen, which I should have done before, but didn't. So, if we do 20 minutes, if everyone wants to let us know in the comments what they're reading, and we'll check back in 20 minutes.
Cool.
Cool. All right. Well, happy reading, everyone. And yeah, we'll see you soon.
Happy reading.
Hello.
Hello.
How did everyone get on? Charlie, how did you get on?
I had to switch to my audiobook because I was just too sleepy to read. So that's why I've got the physical book of it and I'm listening to it on audiobook. So
Nice.
I cheated.
What is it? What's it called?
Oh, The Japanese Lover by Isabella Lunde.
Oh, I have that one on my Kindle.
Yeah, it's the third one by this author. It's not my favorite by the author, but I mean she still writes amazing like generational sort of family stories, and this is about like these two children, Ishime and Alma, when they were like they were friends as kids, and obviously it's like friends to lovers, but then it's also set in the future where she's like in this old people's home, and it's
Nice. Heather, what were you reading and how did you get on?
I'm reading my essay Cosby, All the Sinners Bleed, and it's just, I love his writing. It's I just blaze through it. So his characters are fantastic. So yeah, I'm loving it.
Yeah, living up to your expectations then.
Very much.
Yeah. Is it a he? Is it a he? Essay
Cosby? Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. Alice, which one did you go for?
I did go for 3 Men in a Boat. Couldn't face Crime and Punishment after a day with Jude. Oh yeah, it's good. This was the first chapter that was really about not the funny stuff that was going on yesterday. Because I read 5 chapters yesterday and they were really, really funny. Like just like it's a bit like puts me in mind a bit not as posh, but of Jeeves and Wooster. Just because the characters are a bit sort of bumbling Bertie Wooster type guys, only like not the upper class like him. Yeah. But like they were packing up to go on a trip and they've got a dog as well, and the dog is hilarious. The dog had some friends come over to see him off on the day of the holiday and they were just fighting on the doorstep. It's very funny. But today he's going on about like paneling and stuff and it's a bit dull. But I'm sure it's just a momentary blip.
Yes, it looks really short. Is it super short?
It is super short. It's about I'm having to be really careful with this copy because I've borrowed it from my mum and I think it's actually hers from like childhood because it's got her maiden name in it. So 185 pages.
Nice.
But it's so lovely and old, but the pages are threatening to come out, so I'm being careful.
Yes, definitely be careful. Let's see how. Oh, I read a bit more. I don't really have anything more to add. I'm reading. I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a really well written book. So we've sort of gone back a generation now. So.
I didn't catch what you're reading.
Memphis.
Oh, yes. Love that book so much.
Yeah. Sorry, I've taken the dust jacket off. But yeah, so I've sort of gone back to the mother's generation now. So, but yeah, really enjoying it. Really enjoying it. So I just wish I had more time to read it. So Zach said, oh, I borrowed Stephen King books from my older brother. By the time my parents found out, it was too late. Got a special library card that I could check out whenever I wanted. Wonderful. Oh dear, yeah, older brothers. Kate's reading The Bandit Queens. Yay! Yes. Katie reads a book for a long day. It has been a long day, Katie. Marching on with Jude. I'm really enjoying it after my unsure start. Side note, I took my daughter to see The Wiggles in St Albans. I really feel like I've missed like a whole section of like life by not knowing The Wiggles.
I feel like your kids are the right age that you probably would know The Wiggles, but maybe
yeah, I feel like maybe they've missed out on a key life event. I don't know.
Well, maybe they're not a thing in like East Anglia.
Maybe I'm gonna have to put like a thing on like the mums group later and say, does anyone know what The Wiggles are?
And then if everyone says yes, you'll be like, I'm a terrible parent.
I don't think it's like a special part of the the UK. It's not like it's separate from society. Like they've got their own little.
Yeah, I've lived there. It is.
It is quite separate.
I was thinking Jem might get them in like 10 years' time or something. That's what used to happen in Norfolk.
Might do. I'm not in Norfolk.
I know you're not, but that is what used to happen in my experience in Norfolk.
Yeah, Norfolk
You
is
live
like
quite
a
close
world
to
of its
Norfolk.
own. Norfolk's a what? Sarah lives in Norfolk. I think most people in Norfolk have 6 toes.
Have what?
Have 6 toes.
No, we don't.
Were you Norfolk? I thought you were Suffolk.
No, I was born and raised in Norfolk.
Do you have 6 toes?
No, I do not. And I heard that was what people from Suffolk had.
Oh, I see. A little
I
bit
think it's just a rivalry.
of a rivalry across the county lines. Paris Texas said she read 10 pages. I'm a slow reader. That is good news because me and Paris Texas are reading Middlemarch next month together. So that's good because I'm a slow reader too. Chris saying 2 chapters into Wonder and Souls. The ending of the first chapter, just wow, a stunner. It so is a stunner. Such a beautiful book. Yeah, it blew me away. Zach reading Jane Eyre, nice. Just getting into the part where she's being sent to school. Luckily, it's about 250 pages shorter than I thought it was. Yes, because I think Zach was feeling a bit nervous about starting it.
Yeah, Sunday.
So yeah, I'm glad you're getting into it, Jack.
No,
Zach. I've lost the plot. Sorry, I think I'm going to sneeze. I think it's gone. Might be gone. Paris, Texas. Charlie, I've read the Japanese novel. Also wasn't my favourite, but I liked it. Really liked Eva Luna and The House of the Spirits.
I haven't read those 2, so I'll take note of that. Like, I do want to, like, they're on my list, so I do want to get to those. It's good that I've got your recommendation, so thank you.
Yeah, which 2 have you read, Charlie?
I've read Long Petal to the Sea, and I've read what's the other one?
Was it Violetta?
Daughter of Ocean.
Violetta. I read. Yeah, I've got 2 copies of that.
Dorota is reading Standing Heavy, not enjoying it so far. I have heard lots of mixed things about Standing Heavy. Did it get through to the shortlist for the International Booker?
Yeah.
It did. Interesting. Oh, we have Ben! Didn't realise it was time for another one of these so soon. Yeah, we've got quite a lot going on in the next few weeks. So
you're all going to be sick of us by the end of May.
Yeah, I'm sick of myself, to be fair. At this
They're going to boot us off BookTube. This is our theory.
Yeah, they'll be like, you've had your allotted number of hours with your faces on the internet. Get off. So yes. I don't know what else to talk about. It's that point of the evening. I'm just like, so I'm gonna go a bit random, and we did have a slight discussion about this before, but obviously the Booker is upcoming. So Heather, are you going to be doing the Booker this year?
I don't think so. I'm not as familiar with the Booker and its workings and all of that. I'm just now kind of getting a feel for the Women's Prize. This is only the second year I've followed the Women's Prize, like truly followed it. I think I was introduced to it 2 years ago. And I'm just kind of wrapping my tentacles around that. I'm almost afraid of like looking into the Booker and falling onto that train, because then, well, you know what happens. I mean, get overwhelmed with
might be able to tempt you. Might we be able to tempt you?
Oh yes, I am tempted. It's probably gonna be the first thing I do when I'm finished here is like look it up. Like,
I
It's
got
not
drawn
announced
into it
till the
last year.
Yeah, it's not announced till the
But-
1st of August yet, though. So you've got a while to wait.
Okay.
I
Okay.
definitely have less success with the Booker than I do with the Women's Prize. But I
Does it
already
work
feel
kind of the same way? Is there a long list and then a short list and then a winner? Okay.
Yeah.
The two of the books though from there last year were my favourites of the whole year. Maps of our spectacular maps. I can't even talk. You say what it is anyway.
Maps of our spectacular bodies.
and The 7 Moons of Marley Almeida were my 2 favourite books of last year.
I really love Night Crawling from the Booker last year as well. So they do have like a couple of gems, but they just have a lot of duds for me as well. But of course, I'm going to get sucked into it because
it's usually a long list of 13, isn't it? A Booker's dozen.
Yes. So less books.
Where are we in the process now? Has the long list been out?
1st of August.
Oh, so it starts the 1st of August.
And the winner doesn't get announced till later this year as well. It's all this year. It's all heaps later. It's like the 1st of August it gets announced for the long list, and I don't know when Ben might know. Ben, you can tell us when the winner's announced a lot later as well this year. I'm fairly certain. Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
That's Heather going, God damn it! I'm going to have to read another 13.
I'm not doing that.
Alice is adamant that she's not doing it, but
I just found that apart from Maps of Our Spectacular Bodies last year, nearly every one of the books made me feel stupid.
Also, just wanted to mention that Great Circle was on the list the year before.
Yeah, but I didn't follow it the year before.
Yeah, but you love that book.
And also the Promise one, and
yeah, I feel like this year's judges though, they're they look like a good crowd. So I'm like, we're gonna get.
You reckon Jez is going to pick some good books?
Yes,
out of the Peep Show.
And it's also what's her name? Oh, the brilliant actress lady. She's amazing, and I think she's going to pull some amazing. I can't remember her name. But yeah. So yeah, I do it. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, I can see me deep diving this as soon as I get off.
Oh no! Don't get sucked in, Heather.
I'm sorry, Heather. I'm sorry. Yeah, me and Gemma like trying to get everybody to.
I know we're already getting hyped up. I haven't even finished the long list for the Women's Prize yet, but I'll get hyped for the Booker.
Hilarious.
Chris is saying, I wish the International Booker and the Women's Prize list weren't out at the same time. Agree. I go from one to the other and get confused about which country I'm reading about half the time. Yeah, it's really annoying because those are probably the 2 that I'm most interested in. So it's annoying that they're at the same time. Happy to hear you're a slow reader, Gemma. You read so much, so because I was worried about that. Yeah, no. Slow and steady. I just have too many books on the go. So I thought Stillborn was Women's Prize. Reading that one next. I have hauled that recently.
Of course.
I've got it on Scribd.
Have you? Oh, on a bit of a tangent. Charlie, you told me that Boulder was on Scribd.
Yeah.
It is on Scribd, but it's in French.
Do you speak French?
I do not speak French.
Yes,
French. What language is Boulder in? Maybe it's in Catalan. I can't remember. Whatever language Boulder's in, that's the language it is on Scribd. So that wasn't much use to me. I went to download it earlier and I was like, wait, what? So just so you know.
We'll have to unsave that now.
I know. Ben's saying, I'm so excited for the Booker content train to get on the move. The timings this year are late, though, and really drawn out. Yeah, well, that's good because we'll have more time, Ben. I think I've actually added to my list. My long list for the Booker is now like 38 books. So I've got to somehow like whittle that down to 13. The trouble is I'm going to be really annoyed because I know that I'm going to like delete ones that will then get long listed and then I'll be really annoyed.
You could do a Scott and just have them come up in your video, but be like, I didn't pick these ones.
That's true.
But then
I
at
might
least
do
they
that.
were in your video.
He did do that.
Scott had all the books in his
Shout.
video.
Like every book that has been published. And saying, when is the book announced? I wanted the trees last year. So yes, 1st of August. I didn't love the trees.
I loved 95% of the trees, and then the last 5% totally lost me.
I loved
Yeah,
it.
I think I enjoyed the first third. Yeah.
Me and Ange
Oh,
buddy
look,
read it,
here
and we
comes
buddy
Ben.
read it in one day.
Look, here's Ben, our little booker guru. Shortlist
We need
is
to
25th
know.
September. Winner is the 26th of November. That is
Wow.
super late. You're right.
That is so late, isn't it?
That's like 2 months to read the shortlist.
But on the plus side, that will come out and then that'll all be done. And then Doctor Who will be on, and I'll just be living my best life then, from then on.
Yeah, it will be Christmas shopping time then.
Oh, don't.
Is everybody ready for Christmas?
You're not allowed to mention Christmas in May. This is a new low.
Oh, dear. I did
can't
actually
believe
buy,
you mentioned the Christmas in our Plodalong.
I did buy a Christmas present this week. Is that bad?
No.
But no, you know when you just see things and you're like, that would be perfect.
No.
But then I lose them.
Christmas. There's got to be a birthday or anniversary before then.
Yeah.
Well, it could be for her birthday, but her birthday's on the 19th of December. So
Oh.
This does
Potato.
not
I would
happen
lose
to
it.
me,
I would lose
ever.
the gift. I used to buy everything early, and then I ended up losing everything. So.
Losing it.
there is a risk that I'll just forget it and it will live in my drawer for like 5 years. That is a risk. I'm not gonna lie. Paris Texas say my approach with prizes and prize winners is wait and see if they stand the test of time. I'll read them in 10 years if they're still rated by then. It's probably
I like this approach.
good thing, except I can't cope with the fear of missing out.
I might read the Booker from 10 years ago instead of this year's.
Could do. I don't even know what was good 10 years ago.
No.
No, Imogen is the answer. Will there be a book of Plodalong? No.
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 But she would have had enough of us.
Yeah, I'm sure you have all had enough of us already. But no, Kieran does host his Discord. So if anyone's interested in following the booker, they can just head over to Kieran's channel. But I think we are a bit wiped after this season of the Plodalong.
We're going to save ourselves for next year's Women's Prize.
Yeah, exactly. Unless Pod wins, in which case we're all going on strike.
Yeah.
We'll be taking a beachy
I'll be
vacation.
hosting it next year.
Heather can be the new host of Pod Wins.
Yeah, Pod wins. We're going to do the Carol Shields along.
Coming to you, sponsored by Lillian Paul, is the Plodalong. Hosted by
She would love that. I actually think she would love that. I think she would love that.
Maybe.
I think Laylene Paul would love having a Laylene Paul along.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she probably would.
We could do the Jack Prize along.
We could, but we all know we're just going to do the Women's Prize again. Probably. Is it annoying that the Jalak Prize clashes as well? That was a really hard sentence to say. I feel like I need some teeth to go in. And saying the only one I've read from the International Book is the Gospel According to the New World. I've heard negative things, so let us know, Anne, if you liked it. I still haven't read any from the International Booker long list, which really annoys me. I own 3 of them now.
So wait a minute, I'm just a little confused. If the long list hasn't been announced yet.
So this is the international. So there's 2. There's the International Booker and the Booker. So international is all translated works. And
which
then
does
the
get
Booker
our eyes open and we are excited for, but we can't quite commit to.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Ben, just counted my current long list, and it's 35 books, not quite 38 yet. Yeah, mine's been set on 36 for a while, Ben, but it went up to 38 today, following Scott's wrap up. So, Sarah, drawn out schedule for the booker. Yeah, I'm already interested though. Poor old TBR. Agree. Oh, thanks, Ben. Ben brought me some pineapple to go on my Christmas pizza. Mate, let's add some figs to it. If anyone wants to also buy me some figs to go on my pineapple.
And bananas, because there was bananas talk on. If you watched Scott's video today, he said about the banana on your pizza as well.
Yeah, no. Thanks, Ben. That's so kind. That's so kind. Unsubscribe. Sarah, no votes for book applause. Oh dear. Kate saying I can only do one prize list a year. I think Alice agrees.
I'm feeling that at the moment.
Yeah. And loved Gospel According to the New World. But you did also like Pod, so yeah. we'll put that one in the bin then.
So evidently I need to check out Gospel According to the New World.
You do.
It's the only book though that Eric Carl Anderson like actively disliked. So this is like a monumental feat to get him to not like something this hard, isn't it?
It is. It's interesting. I do have another book by Maurice Condé on my Kindle, so I should probably read that one first. So,
What a surprise!
So, can I suggest that we do one more plod and then we'll probably wrap up and then sleep?
Perfect.
Well, Heather probably won't sleep because it will be like dinner time, but
Yeah.
but
I'll
if you
be
want,
researching the booker until I go to sleep.
exactly.
And then message us and tell us, tell us how you
I
get
might
on.
have to feed the cat before he murders me.
Oh, yeah, is it duck o'clock, Harry? Look at his face. He's like, "Where's my duck?"
Oh,
He's already just murdered the pen, so it was a good job we didn't need that anymore.
Oh, bless him.
Right,
okay, ladies, are we ready for a little bit more reading? And then, yeah,
Absolutely.
we'll hopefully not fall asleep and come back in 20. So happy reading, everyone. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
How did everyone go?
All right.
Good. Good. I was just at a really juicy part. It's like, no. So, yes. How did everyone in the comments get on? I think we have had a lovely time.
Yes.
Oh, Katie said I started reading The Birthday Party yesterday and it's good so far. I also vote for a book of plot. Outrageous. I really want to read The Birthday Party. It sounds really good. Actually, Heather, that sounds like a you book. It's sort of like thrillery.
Is it? Okay.
Yes, I think you'd really like that one. Having not read it, but I've had lots of good things. I've had lots of good things.
Okay.
So,
I'll have to look it up.
oh, Ben, just been reading about Demon at the drive-in movie. I do remember that scene.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I love that book so much.
yeah.
Such
I've
a great
forgotten the
book.
name of the guy. The guy. What was his name? With the car.
Oh,
My
I
brain is
can't
mashed.
remember
I
his
can't
name
remember.
either.
I'm so rubbish with names. But yeah, I hope you're enjoying it, Ben, because I thought it was brilliant. So yes.
Fast forward. That's it.
Fast forward, yes. Such a good character. But yes, I think we are done for the night. Unless any of you ladies have anything additional to add.
Do you all ever discuss what your? I mean, I'm sure you already have. If you do it, do you discuss who your winner prediction is, or?
Oh,
Demon.
that's a good point. Winner prediction. I think
Demon.
people know ours, but what is yours, Heather?
Demon Copperhead.
Same.
Now, as soon as I found out that Demon Copperhead was longlisted, I predicted that it was going to be the winner. And then when it was shortlisted, I still predicted it was the winner. But when Pod was shortlisted too, I have to be honest, and I'm really not trying to get under anybody's skin, but if there was going to be a dark horse, it's going to be Pod. But
I think you're right.
Demon Copperhead for sure.
No, I think you're right. Though I am concerned that now that Demon Copperhead's won the Pulitzer, it might not. It might not make it. That's really tiny in the bottom, but just so that everyone knows, our next plods are on Sunday at 2:00 UK time, and we will be on Charlie's channel with the lovely Jen, the librarian.
Exciting.
So yes, that is exciting. We've just had so many lovely guests. It's been delightful. Sarah saying thank you as ever. Thanks for joining again, Sarah.
Hi, Andrea.
Late to the party. It's okay. There's another one on Sunday.
Pod Squad. Yes.
No. So this is bad as Team Pineapple, honestly.
But we still love Zach anyway. Zach's still lovely anyway. Zach's one of our loyal plodders.
We love them all.
Yes.
Even if they have awful taste in pizza toppings and dolphin related to it. Also, no other author has won 2 women's. Yeah, so that's kind of why I want her to win, because I think she deserves it for this book. I think she deserves to be the first one to win it twice.
I would love to see that happen.
Yeah,
I would too.
So yes.
Thank you so much, Heather, for joining us.
It was a pleasure. I had so much fun.
Andrea, giving you some love, Heather. But yes, so we will see everyone if you're about, obviously, on Sunday, and I think we've got another one on Tuesday next week as well.
We have.
Maybe we have. Excellent.
Is it Sarah? Sarah's next after that. So next Tuesday, is that Sarah?
Sarah, freshly read books, Sarah, after that. So yeah, we're getting through some plods now. But yeah, we want to say thank you very, very much to Heather for joining us. It's been so lovely.
Time. And Alice and Gemma, I will see you guys in London next month.
You will. So for those that aren't aware, the Women's Prize Live is in London. It's an event in London next month. So I'm sure there will be some pictures and footage and stuff from the event on various channels. So you'll see us all together on a screen, but on the same screen.
Yeah. So, Charlie, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Well, so nice to meet you too.
All right. Well,
and yeah, I think we'll end the broadcast, and we'll see everyone on Sunday. Bye, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Oh, I haven't pressed end.